Hey everybody, David Fierstein, Powercall Sirens, the Fierstein brand. Today we are going over the X71 Siren. The X71 Siren is a two-tone remote concealed power call emergency siren. It is made to run the power call tone on one side of the switch and the whoop tone on the second side of the switch. It was built about 9 years ago by me to basically have a concealed unit hidden somewhere, so you don't have a big box somewhere and then have these big switch boxes. It was meant to be really just hidden and with a basic toggle switch. So the X71 Siren, as you see right here, it is a very small unit. It has a terminal strip on the back, which normally has a label on it. You have power, ground, and a speaker lead and a switch. It's very simple. It's a very easy hookup. These units run $199.99. They are available on PowercallSirens.com under the Powercall Sirens tab. I wanted to go over with you all today just basically how this is put together. So it starts out with a circuit board, just a basic circuit board with nothing on it. I say nothing on it, but it doesn't have the transformer on it. I basically put the transformer on it. I mount it down. I solder all the wires in, make sure everything's stable, make sure all the chips are in place. And then I move on from there. So once the board is done, I mount it into a housing. So the housing is just a basic metal housing. I end up putting a label on the back of it. I mount everything down. All the transistors are mounted to the chassis. It's very simple, but just a little bit of a time-consuming process. And once those are all put together, you have the finished unit. Now, what the Fierstein brand means is a lot of you watch my videos and you hear over and over again, the Fierstein brand, the Fierstein brand. What is the Fierstein brand? That's just my way of checking everything, testing everything. It's my brand. It's nothing that you can find anywhere else. It's nothing you can find at a different manufacturer. There's no dealers for the Powercall Sirens. They all come directly from me, sitting at this table where I sit in Northern Virginia. So if you hear a Powercall Siren, it doesn't come from a 10 billion square foot building. It comes from a little office that has a little desk, and it just has me sitting in front of this desk just building. That's the glory of today's technology. So we're going to go over just how the installation on this works, how the wiring works, how it sounds, just a basic, just run through video of how it works. So we're going to switch over to the table here, and I'm going to move the camera down here for you. So you've basically got a very simple wiring harness. So what I do is I end up getting a wiring label, which is not where it should be. There you go. So I make all my own labels, as we're a graphics company. We basically are taking a label and we are sticking it onto the X71. Make sure it's on there nice and good. As you can see, it says Fierstein brand. It's a very easy wiring hookup. As long as you can read the instructions, it's pretty cut and dry. It's very simple. Okay, so when I'm testing these, I have a drill. I basically unscrew all my terminals. So I'll show you a little trick of the trade, which is normally not advertised about this siren. So I have a pre-made wire. So when I test these, I don't plug wires directly into the terminals. I have alligator clips, which makes things go a lot faster, especially when you're building a lot of them. So one speaker, okay? One speaker, 100 watts. You cannot wire this unit to two speakers. You will damage the unit. It's got one transformer. It's 11 ohms. It's made to run one speaker only. If you have two speakers in your vehicle, you need to make sure that you change the wiring so it just goes to one speaker. I stress one speaker because we got a lot of customers who will send these back burnt up because they have them wired to a two-speaker system, or they tried to do things in parallel, or they tried to wire another siren into the same speaker. You can't do that. Every siren out there has to have its own driver or its own speaker. Sometimes speakers are considered drivers. So if you hear me say driver, that means a speaker. Okay? So basically, we've got your speaker hookup, okay? And then I have got a pre-made harness here to test the X71, okay? So read the instructions, okay? So until the new X71A comes out, you basically got a black and a white wire. They are tied together and they go to the first terminal, all right? So you've got black and white. The black wire goes to chassis ground. The white wire goes to the center of the switch that's provided with the unit. Okay? Your next wire is your red wire. The next wire you have is your orange. And the next wire you have is your yellow wire. The NA terminal is left blank. I'll tell you a little trick about that in just a little bit. So my switch is basically just a pre-made harness that gives me just a basic toggle switch. The unit comes with a 3-position toggle switch. Center is off. One way is one tone, one way is another tone. You flip on power, and then all you have to do is flip your switch. Center is off, and then the other way. So basically, that's what an X71 is. It's very easy. It's just time consuming. It's putting them together. It's putting the labels on them. It's putting the labels on the top. It's screwing the circuit boards into the chassis, making sure everything's mounted correctly, running all of your wires to the unit, testing everything. Usually when I do this, I'll let this run for a while. I'll check to see if there's any heat on the transistors. Check to see if there's anything wrong or mounted wrong. And once that's done, you put the X71 together. It comes with a wiring bundle that I put together. It comes with a 3-position toggle switch, and it comes with a fusible link. You can use any fusible link as long as it's 10 or 15 amps. You don't need a 20 amp. The way my Sirens work is you use a 15 amp for a 100 watt, use a 20 amp for a 200 watt. So all the Sirens that I sell come with fusible links. I definitely recommend that you put them in line with your power lead, whether you use mine or whether you use somebody else's. So that is the X71. There's nothing hard about it. It's a great Siren. We have 30 of these, actually 29 now because this one sold. We have 29 of these left for $199, and once this is done, the X71A will be the next version out. There's no difference. It's just a 2019 version, and that's it. So one little trick that I want to show you that I changed on here just to give people the option. It's not anything that is hooked up, but you can get the air horn out of this unit, the electronic air horn, if you really, really wanted to. And I'm going to show you how real quickly. So we're going to pan down here real quickly, okay? So if you see here, you've got this blank terminal right there, right? That blank terminal, if you give that terminal a ground signal, it's going to give you an air horn, okay? So watch this. So I've got the unit on right now. I'm going to take basically just a jumper wire, and I'm going to touch it to ground, and I'm going to touch the air horn. So if you've got an X71 and you've got that blank terminal and you're technically savvy, you can still get the air horn out of many of the X71s. Not all of them do it, but a good portion of them do it. It just wasn't hooked up, but I hooked them up on the last couple runs. So X71, for any of you that know that sound, that's the sound of a Ring doorbell. I'm out with all like my friends at soccer, and I'm out with, and everybody has it as either their ringtone or on their phone. Oh my gosh, I hear that sound all the time. It's like, I think somebody's at my door. So X71, $199.99, Powercall Sirens, the Fierstein brand. If you are interested, go to our website and buy one. I'll have one shipped to you within 24 hours. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And as I told you all, since I'm kind of new to the YouTube thing, hit the subscribe button down there. I think it's down there or down there. It's one of those. Like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends. I'll get the pointing thing one day. Eventually I'm just going to have a little sheet up on my wall that says the subscribe button's there. Is it there or there? It's one of the places. You know where it is. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe to the video, subscribe to the other videos, share it with your friends. We got the video cast going on with Powercall Sirens. We'll be back soon with something new. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Be safe. Be good.